All right, I'm going to try and explain, John, what's going on. This is the inside seal, which the old axle rode on. Keeps the oil out, of course. Now, with that being said, apparently they're replacing all the bearings with double sealed bearings. So we've got a double sealed bearing. This is my setup bearing. I do this whenever I work on something. You basically, grind the outside, grind the inside. That way it slips in and out, and you can set up your side tolerances. So that's what I did here. So I set it up, got that out. All right. So now what I'm trying to do now is I'm going to put the axle in to find out how much clearance we have, or I should say thread depth, not thread depth, spline depth. And what I did, slide this in, give you an idea. Okay, slide it in. There's where it touches. It starts to go in right about there. Okay, it's actually a little bit, it's right there. So if you notice what I did, and I'll pull it back out, is I took a magic marker. Can't do this with, both hands. I've got to take a picture. But I did the marker. Set it up to see how much depth we had. I measured, and it looks like the measure is about, let's see here. Let's go back to where it was. Yep. Yeah. 693 maybe. And then if you take 693, I know you said we needed probably 3/4 of an inch at least. We're close to 3/4 of an inch, but I don't know if that's got enough spline on it with it set like that. Now, what we can do, and the only bearings that I found, this is the standard bearing for the Toyota hub, right there, okay? It's 30 millimeter inside diameter, it's 72 millimeter outside diameter, and it's 17 millimeter wide. The only thing that I can find is a 6306 bearing that is 30 inside, 72 outside, but it is 19 millimeters wide, 19 wide. Okay, the way this is designed to work now is the bearing goes on, and there's a spacer plate because it's not sunken in all the way, and that's the way it's stock. I mean, that's all the farther it went originally in the housing. Then you've got the spacer. Then you have the backing plate. And the backing plate holds it. With a 19 millimeter, I'm going to have to take these or have somebody make one of these 2 millimeter wider because the bearing is going to sit out 2 millimeters. With that said, it's also going to take this spline and move it out 2 millimeters or 80 thousandths basically out farther away from the inside of the pumpkin. Okay, now we do have room to skim 80 thousandths off of this, okay, but when you do that, okay, push it in, all right, wherever it lands, and there is plenty of room, it'll move in. I could probably take 1/4 of an inch off of it and be able to move it in. Then that changes the back hat spacing, or top hat spacing, I'm sorry, back hat, top hat spacing for the brakes. I don't know at this point how much we have, because unfortunately the top hat is at the machinist waiting on the axle, so I can make a slip collar that goes here that fits the inside diameter of the wheel. Because with these studs, I'm going to go to the other side. If you notice, oh, damn it, I've got them tight now. The holes right here are the diameter of the press-in studs that center this. So what I'm going to do is make a collar that presses on the axle, that the outside diameter fits the inside of the rotor and fits the inside diameter of this, fits the outside diameter of the axle. He's going to make it 5 thousandths difference out of aluminum, and I'm going to go ahead and heat it up with a torch and just pop it on. So that's kind of where we are. If you've got something else that we can do to come up with a solution, I am leaving for a business trip for a week, and we race the following weekend. So I'll talk to you later.